Good afternoon. My name is Sean Bean, and I'm going to be discussing the common challenges and barriers faced by virtual teams. Virtual and face to face teams share many fundamental similarities and challenges. Virtual teams, however, have the potential to suffer unique challenges centering around unique team composition, geographic separation, which is one of the common boundaries faced by teams, as well as struggles involving team trust and cohesion. So, first, to understand the challenges and barriers encountered by virtual teams, we must first know who comprises virtual teams. Fundamentally, teams which meet virtually differ from teams which are co located in that team membership is not readily apparent. This serves as a primary obstacle for virtual teams, and it's critical that these teams understand who is a team member, what the team's main objective is, and how the team will communicate. Due to the complex nature of the tasks virtual teams must undertake, they also tend to be much larger than standard face to face teams. In fact, a study conducted by Erickson and Grattan in 2013 discovered that virtual multinational corporate teams often consist of 100 members or more. And these members tend to be very diverse, whether that be cultural diversity, uh, professional diversity, or just occupational experiences. And these team members are typically are comprised of highly educated specialists. And so this plays into the primary strength of virtual teams, which resides in their ability to utilize team members from diverse backgrounds. However, this also results in a primary obstacle that virtual teams must overcome, which is technological issues dealing with geographic separation. And the discussion of team members which are geographically separated brings us to the common barriers that are encountered not just by virtual teams but by face-to-face teams as well. And that's the issues dealing with physical distance boundaries, status boundaries, and knowledge-based boundaries. Now, virtual teaming presents organizations with the best means to subvert two of these boundaries, that being physical distance and knowledge-based boundaries. But virtual teams are still not devoid of issues that result from these boundaries, that being issues primarily surrounding communications technology and then issues involving cultural understanding and miscommunication. And while dealing with the primary boundary, that being physical distance boundaries that virtual teams must contend with, it's interesting to note that one study, also conducted by Erickson and Grattan in 2013, concluded that only 40% of multinational teams have all team members located in one place. So this leaves 60% of multinational teams relying on virtual team member composition. These teams are much more likely to have never met face to face and must rely heavily on technology for communication. Despite improvements in virtual meeting technology, geographic separation has the potential to hinder the effective use of advanced communication tools. So, large time zone differences can make it extremely difficult for team members to hold regularly scheduled meetings. As a result, team collaboration can suffer due to limited virtual meeting opportunities. The lack of continuous meeting then results in limited collaboration and poor information sharing amongst team members. While this may not be due to a lack of effort, team members are often less likely to hold daily meetings when they're separated by, say, 12 hours. And so, teams which never meet face to face also encounter issues when it comes to psychological safety within the team itself. While face to face teams also encounter this challenge, virtual teams must contend with limited communication tools and abilities, as well as the potential for cultural misunderstandings. The inability of many virtual teams to meet in person also inhibits the team's ability to build trust between team members. A lack of trust between team members limits the psychological safety team members feel within the workplace and further contributes to a lack of collaboration and information sharing. So, environments which are not deemed psychologically safe also risk the potential of having organizational fear overpower rational thought, which drives the team further from effective innovation and problem solving. Now that we've discussed some of the primary challenges faced by virtual teams, I'll allow our next presenter to discuss the several of the best practices for virtual teams to engage in, which will better facilitate team success.